What's going on, gang? Matt, Country Song Teacher. Hope you're doing well. I just realized that I haven't done a video. I do a lot of beginner guitar videos. If you've seen, I've got about 3,000 videos online. As far as just simple techniques to make your chords sound perfectly clear. So if you know this, if you're a beginner guitar player, if you've played longer than 5 minutes, it is very difficult, especially at first, to go and have just a clear sounding chord. But obviously that's our goal to get to one day, is crystal clear sounding chords where you can pick each note and it sounds clear on every string. So I'm gonna give you 3 little things just to consider. Like I said, some of these you might know, some of you don't. You wanna look at, like, the first thing I'm gonna say is look at your hand, the pivot this way. So sometimes what I used to do, I'd have my fingers laying too far down on the guitar, and what happens is you hit strings you're trying not to hit. So even though you might be pressing, say, the top one on the 3rd fret for a G chord, you're also, your finger's bent down like this, and it's accidentally pressing the 5th string as well, when you want to just press the string on the frets you want. So it goes. So the first thing I would consider is, do you need to move your hand out? Instead of laying your fingers down, don't get lazy with it, bring your hand out, like I said, maybe your thumb down and your hand out, to have your fingers more on a point. So instead of laying your hand like this, you want your fingers more at a point pressing those strings. So that's the first thing to consider. Can I bring my hand out, bring my knuckles out this way to bend my fingers to have it more on a point instead of getting lazy and laying my fingers like that? So that's the first simple thing. The second thing is, do you need to angle your fingers at all to have possible, instead of everything is not going to be perfectly straight, like a 90-degree perpendicular chord. You can't do that. You're going to be playing chords like like A minor, slid, that kind of thing. So what you want to do is sometimes you're going to have to play, instead of on the middle of your finger, you're going to have to play towards one of the corners. So along with going this way, you're going to kind of slide back and forth, maybe between a 45 and 90-degree angle, that kind of thing. So you're going to play this way. So instead of straight up and down on all your chords, bring your elbow out and bring your elbow out, bring your hand around, and you can see my fingers are not straight up and down. So on this G chord, you don't see my hand straight up like this, you see it tilted where my fingers are pointing towards the body of the guitar. So for example, like I said, you're sliding it over, and each time what you want to do, first strum the chord, and then after you strum the chord, pick down each string to see where you need to adjust. So I might sound like this. And you have what's called a dead string. So you're going to adjust your hand different ways, like I said, up and down this way, maybe angled, to get it where just the tips of your fingers are pressing those strings. And I can tell you this too, guys, stay encouraged. The more you practice, the more you play over time, your fingers will get calloused. And once they get hard in the end, they can press it a lot easier. So that's the second thing. The third and final thing, and I see especially beginners do this all the time, make sure you are as close to this fret bar as possible. So it's not enough to just be like in the 2nd fret. Because if you're playing, let's say, the 5th string 2nd fret, that's in the 2nd fret or that's in the 2nd fret. But you want to be as close to the fret bar up towards the body of the guitar as you can. So again, I see a lot of people perform their chords, like for a G chord, slid over here. It's not going to sound as clear. Scoot that over, get it almost, not on top of the fret bar, but as close as you can. See my first finger on the 5th string right there? Close to that fret bar. Top finger, close to that fret bar. And then even these two at the bottom are squeezed. Now again, you see I can't tilt my fingers, so this middle finger is going to be kind of in the middle, but again, they're still as close to that 3rd fret bar as you can. And that's going to be clear sounding. So even on a D chord, instead of slid up here, make sure you slid down so that your ring finger is close to the 3rd fret bar, your 1st and 2nd close to that 2nd fret bar. And that way, let me say this, guys, encourage you out there. If you've been playing less than 6 months, your chords are not going to sound clear. That's okay. Practice using a pick, practice not using a pick. Different things you can do. But again, learn to strum through, pick down each string, C at 9, D, and so forth. But even if your chords, now hear me out here, even if your chords don't sound perfect when you pick down like this, still kind of fight through. Still fight through it, push through it, and play those songs. So don't let a muffled string here and there stop you. Keep pushing through it. Your fingers get calloused. Your hands will adjust. And you'll be sounding clear on your chords. So I thought I haven't done a video on that. I thought I would jump on here real fast and give you 3 little tips. Like I said, move your hand this way, see if you need to angle, and see if you need to be close to the fret bar. And hopefully your chords sound clear. If you're just starting out, guys, and you know nothing about guitar, and you think my method is pretty easy, check out my beginner guitar course. Like I think it's $50 or something like that, $55. And it goes over all kinds of lessons, have you play in your first song, and by the end, you'll be able to do it. Smile on your face, lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes, saying you'll never leave me. The touch of your hand says you catch me if ever I fall. As you say it does, when you say nothing at all. Be able to play that song and so many others. So go scoop it up if you're ready to learn guitar. Maybe you just need an easy method to get you playing your favorite worship songs, favorite country songs fast. Go to CountrySongTeacher.com, all one word, CountrySongTeacher.com. If you want to support the channel, I've got 4-chord songbooks. All the songs in the book just use G, C minor, D. I got prime country, sandbar country, karaoke hits, worship songs, all that kind of stuff. So go check it out at CountrySongTeacher.com. Hope it helps you guys. Love you. I will see you all tomorrow for a new piano lesson. Stay tuned. Holla.